compounds, two carbon compounds which are very important, ethanol and ethanoic acid. Let's see. So what is ethanol? The first one, ethanol, is liquid at room temperature. It is nothing but ethyl alcohol, which is present in every alcoholic beverage. Now you see the importance, yes or no? So commonly called as alcohol, active ingredient in all alcoholic drinks, be it very expensive wine or champagne to a very cheap liquor or even beer, all of them contain ethyl alcohol. So because it is a good solvent, it is also used in medicines such as tincture iodine, cough syrups and many other tonics. Also, it is soluble in water in all proportion. You know that, right? So, reactions of ethanol. Reaction with sodium. Very simple. Ethyl alcohol with sodium. Now, sodium is a metal. So, you might be knowing that carbon will only form share bonds. So, sodium will never react with carbon. It will only react with oxygen over there. So, what does sodium do? Sodium displaces the H from the OH and goes into that bond. So what happens is CH3, CH2, that is ethyl, and this is oxygen, and then there is Na. So what happened was the Na, which is more reactive than H, displaced the H to form C2H5ONa plus H2. So H is a gas, so naturally it will be given out as hydrogen gas. And the compound that was formed was called sodium eth oxide, because oxide is negative and sodium is positive. So positive is said before. So this is sodium eth oxide. Whenever sodium is added into alcohol, this is the compound which is formed. So to balance the reaction, you can clearly see the H got turned into H2. So the ethyl has to be multiplied by 2. So when ethanol is multiplied by 2, sodium ethoxide has to be multiplied by 2. And because the sodium became 2, multiply that by 2. So this is how the reaction becomes balanced. Reaction to give unsaturated hydrocarbon, that is dehydration of alcohol. Dehydration. You have gone under dehydration, meaning removal of water. So what is ethyl alcohol? CH3CH2OH. You have to remember, you have to remove H2O. So remove two H's and one O. You will be left behind with C2H4. That is nothing but ethene. So hot concentrated H2SO4. What will happen is the water from alcohol will remove and make it less concentrated. So therefore it will form CH2, double bond CH2 plus H2O. This is dehydration of ethanol, also used to produce ethene on a large scale. So oxidation of ethyl alcohol. Carbon compounds can be easily oxidized on combustion. In addition to this complete oxidation, we have reactions in which alcohols are also converted to carboxylic acids. We studied the combustion of alcohol. But when it is said alcohol is oxidized in the presence of potassium permanganate or potassium dichromate, plus when it is heated, what happens is it turns into a carboxylic acid. So remember, whenever they ask oxidation of ethyl alcohol, remember it will turn into acetic acid, or we say ethanoic acid. So this is the ethanoic acid which we have to study later. So ethanoic acid, what is ethanoic acid? Ethanoic acid is commonly called as acetic acid, and it belongs to a group of acids called as carboxylic acids. Now what is vinegar? You might have heard about vinegar. Vinegar is nothing but 5 to 8% solution of acetic acid in water. So basically it is dilute acetic acid. And where is this used? It is used as widely used as a preservative in pickles. And its melting point is 290 Kelvin, meaning at 17 degrees Celsius it melts. So before that temperature, frozen acetic acid is also called as glacial acetic acid, as it looks something like a glacier. So let's see the reaction. Ethanoic acid. Acid will always have a hydrogen that is plus. Esterification reaction. What happens when ethanoic acid reacts with alcohol? Now, when this happens, a ester is formed. So ethanoic acid, that is acetic acid, plus ethyl alcohol, that is C2H5OH, what will happen? The H from acid and the OH from the alcohol. H and OH will form H2O. Leave that aside. What will happen is CH3COO reacts with C2H5 and it forms a ester. And now ester is a group containing COO bond. So CH3COO of the ethanoic acid and C2H5 of the ethanol, that is CH2CH3 of the ethanol, react to form ester. And this ester is called as esterification reaction. How does it get formed? Very simple. You cannot directly heat ethanoic acid and ethanol. That is why you take a water bath. And in that water bath, you take a test tube containing the reaction mixture. You put a wire gauze, you put a tripod stand, you heat it, and thus you get this esterification reaction. Why is this important? We'll learn in the next module.